Derivatives trading of also substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay, so I fixed the sound. Can you hear me now? Yeah, my mic was messed up. Okay, we are getting the move up still. Now, this still wants me to be on 06. Interesting. Okay. ZF09. ZN, ZF, UB, ZD. Okay. UB09. Okay, interesting the way that all worked out. Okay, so we've rolled over. Man, so even on September, we are super thin. Do not like. If it gets up to that 10.5, we might have a short. Okay, cool. Yeah, Anthony says it works now. Thank you for alerting me of that. I don't think I would have noticed my antiviruses. My computer's just doing all of its stuff today, apparently. Did we get the links? We didn't get the links. Let's get the links. Okay. There we go. Okay. So there's that. Morning Twitch. It's Wednesday. We do get some news Wednesday. Gonna show us we got preliminary GDP quarter over quarter in 5 minutes. Could that be why it's so thin? I don't know. I think we're gonna need Chrome for this though. Let's turn on the live squawk too. Okay. Interesting. Okay, ready? 2.3 is the number. 2.3. 2.3. Okay, so not seeing, didn't see any reaction off of that. 2.2 versus 2.3. Not a significant miss. And given everything else that's been going on, not terribly significant. So, but it is a miss. You'll see a little bit of a move up here, I think. Super thin. Don't like it. Can you imagine, like, the market has literally gone from the highest volume in liquidity we've ever had, more than 5,000 being bidder offered at every price, and then it just disappears literally overnight, and it's only 2,000 at the larger prices. One major party providing liquidity could be. I think you get a situation where okay. I know that banks will sometimes turn their robots off. So, like, if they're losing money, and in a market that moves this quickly, a lot of those market making robots can lose a lot of money because it's like we talk about all the time. There's range bound days and there's trend days, and they're almost like opposite strategies. And the things that do well in a range bound market do awful in a trending market, and vice versa. So if we're in a trending market, your market making liquidity robots that are largely trading a mean reversion type of strategy just get screwed over, and so they turn them off. They literally turn them off. It's not like conspiracy theory nonsense or anything. I know for a fact because I've turned them off myself. Like, I've had systems when I worked at the bank that, this sort of stuff was going on, and either because they reached their limit or because they go haywire, we turn them off. Yep. Market makes a large move, and when the market reopens in the evening after the close, the book depth halves. We don't need him anymore. Thank you guys, though. Okay, so we've come above the VWAP. It seems to be struggling a little bit to hold it. I kind of want to short it, but this clearly is not the right price, is it? I mean, within the range. A Waddle saying on Twitter that he is already took a few scalps and he's going to not trade anymore because of the liquidity. So another question though is how much is the roll playing? Because the open interest definitely already moved. There's not a huge spread between them. But it's like there's 2,000 on this one and there's 2,000 in the other one. This is where another really big screen would be useful, because then I could open them all, like the old contracts too, and watch the order flow in the old contracts too and see if there's a difference. Can you just imagine though? What if another big headline came through right now? Right? Like, we've seen headline come through and the liquidity pulls and blah blah blah. But when we're already in this state and a piece of news come out, that it would be absolute chaos. Well, I'm judging based on the time. I mean, I guess it's in the afternoon in Europe, right? Late afternoon right now. Okay, so now they're trying to initiate below the VWAP. I'm looking at this 09.5. Yeah. Okay. Chasing. Okay. Jeez. Okay. Well, it doesn't take a whole lot to move it, does it? Okay, here we go. Pretty significant amount of selling through all of that, though. Thin book, and it's hard to get somebody to buy into you at 0.85. Curious. Curious to say the least. Good if we can get filled. Okay, so that time it did the little flicker, so I'm gonna move it down. Okay. Okay, that order's still not filled. There we go. Okay, fuel. So we said we wanted to take profits unless we were like in a trending market. This may be one of the situations where it would be appropriate for us to move our order if we get it. At the moment, though, I think if I get filled at 06, I need to just take it because, well, I don't know. Here's the thing. On one hand, this could move really, really quickly. So if we get a good profit, we definitely want to lock it in. Oh, by the way, why is this right? It should be up there. Yeah. But on the other hand, if you get a good position, it makes it a lot easier to just keep that, stay in the profit, and play it like that. Because it gets a little scary when you have to, you know, mark it back in at some point when it's so thin. Okay. So I don't think we got like the best position because 09 definitely would have been the best. And we probably could have gotten 10 if, I mean, I wanted to short it there, but I was kind of waiting to see if it was going to range up above the VWAP again and come down. But 0.8 is a lot better than what we could have gotten, because we could have almost FOMO'd in there, huh? So, some progress. At the moment, it seems like that 0.7 is not really... Okay, there you go. Yeah, it's not really getting out of the way. There's been 500 contracts. It's going to be at least 1,000 there. Okay. Some fighting. A volume stop of 900 seems quite high in this environment. It's a good point. I think, though, we should probably click out before it gets out there, right? I wish Jigsaw should add a feature, I think. They should add a feature where instead of setting it by an absolute number, you could set it by a percentage. That way we wouldn't have to adjust it, you know? Okay, so it's not beating out this 7.5. Ah, look, I'm realizing it too late. Good grief. Look at how much pulled. So 18 contracts went through, and now it says I'm 54th in line. Okay. Well, if they push down and they start pushing, then obviously I'm going to be super mad about it, but that's where I see the edge coming, pushing against us, so we just take the 2. Maybe if it comes back up to 0.8, we take it short again. Okay, well, struggling to even hold 0.8. A little bit stronger of a try that time. Yeah, difficulty holding the 8, for sure. I bet the 7 doing kind of a similar sort of a deal. I think 4 ticks stop loss is very little in a market as it is these days. Well, they did come back up there. And it's kind of a bizarre pattern, kind of bizarre action for them to not bust through the bottom of that. This move up is a little suspect, but I think that I kind of need to just stay away from it for now. If it comes back down into that range, we could maybe take 09, 09.5. But that last trade, we got +3. Pretty good, huh? That's the kind of trade that I would normally not do very well on, and we were still able to pull a little bit out. I think we should be super proud of that one. Okay. So we got 2,000 hit us at evens. Oh, it's not evens. I'm sorry. It's 120.10. I just saw the zeros and thought it was evens. Okay, bump back up into it. Pimco Andrew Ball says Italian bond yields at 3% do not compensate for risk. He thinks they should go higher. Sounds like that US and China are still negotiating a trade deal, and everybody is like, I thought you guys were already already had a deal. Ooh, the first quarter growth was revised down to 2.2. Okay, that's important, I think. At least enough to justify a bubble up move like the one we've been seeing. So we kind of have a range establishing itself, but it seems like it's a much tighter range. And they haven't busted the highs that we had. Was like what, 120? Yeah, 120. When we got in here. I'm thinking my dreams of just shorting it all the way down though are slowly fading away. It's just a little too quiet, isn't it, guys? Now, note, the cumulative delta did not move on that move up. So people were selling into it, but it was the liquidity that pushed us up here, I think. We did get a bubble here. What it considers a bubble. FGBL is down quite a bit. Seth, do you only trade 2 to 3 hours a day? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it definitely made a sizable move down overnight, but I feel like that what we got right now is just like, you know, another shoulder. Like it should come down from here. If they're really going to buy it up to like 16, like Tucker says, then you've got like a head test scenario sort of thing going on, you know? Okay, so significant buying right there at 09.5. Whoa. Trump tweeting about sessions. Okay. So we did not break those highs. That we are getting some liquidity moving in here. There was a buy, but it doesn't look like it really made much headway. Um, I think a short is still in the cards, but it's super uncertain right now. Risk reward probability doesn't seem to make sense at the moment. Like normally I wouldn't mind selling 10, except for that we had just had a move up to the 11 even. Talk about flaky trading. Hmm. Well, okay, so KK saying that to really be successful, you have to be full time. Yeah, I mean, so when we were having our best profitability time, um, we definitely took some trades at in that 11 o'clock hour and made money. And I don't think that we would have done as well without that time period. So I do think I think maybe that's partly just me that the kind of the move that I kind of see, like the continuation move, often happens in that hour after they've fought it out for a long time and somebody loses. Um, but we just have to go with what we're given. And clearly I'm not good enough to just do this full time, so there's that. And then considering the 30-year, if you only trade one lot, I mean, I've tried the 30-year, and definitely there's some numbers advantages in there with the tick to commission ratio for sure that really works in your favor in the 30-year. But I just do so much better when it doesn't come against me. Now, maybe if we can get past some of our difficulties with trading ranges, we might be able to do better at the 30-year. But at the moment, I'm just not nearly as effective in the 30-year as I am in the 10 because of that. Okay, so really would have been a good short at 10. And kind of went through a couple of prices that I think I would have liked to have taken it at. I do see, what I see right now is there seems to be some passive buying, and the sellers are definitely more active. But neither one seems to be making enough headway to really tip the scales. There's a long UB, that's interesting. Currency trader. So I don't want to sell 7.5. That was the price where they had a trouble getting through before. And they're actually, to be honest, having trouble staying offer at 8. See, they've battled back and forth here a couple of times. Okay. Tucker's definitely got an interesting color scheme on there. I kind of like it, it just is the monochrome. The yellow is for the color of my pants when I'm offsides. Okay, well, they're selling it through this for sure. Okay. I think I read that correctly. Let's see if it holds. It should hold. Good deal. Pretty decent tick down. Yep. They're trying to bust the 7.5 and they're having trouble with that one now too. A price that before they were able to hold it. So I think that we have a good short here. Could still not go, but I think that at the very least I want to be able to get this 7.5. We might see this 7.5 trade back and forth a couple of times. So I don't see those 7 pulling. Okay. They were lower for a brief moment at 07, but it didn't affect anybody. We are. They're iceberging at 07 now as well. Sorry, 07.5. Okay. They ticked up and then they put some more size on it. That's good. It's fighting it. Definitely somebody's selling here. We need to start seeing this 07 pull. Okay. Let's give the seller one more. Really? Okay, that's a little better. I'm just going to take one. A little too slow there. When it came down and they barely offered anything up, I should have hit it then instead of waiting for it to tick up and then putting a bid in. Sorry, I should have market bought in there. I'm going to keep it on here. This should tick back down again. Yeah. Come on. That 2500 bid at 070 was total BS. I don't know. I don't know if any of the numbers on the level 2 matter at this point. I mean, they're all pulling. But I was more concerned by the fact that they came down. They had a pretty good strong tick down there and they didn't take it, you know? Okay, well, that shouldn't happen. This is super annoying. Like you would think that it would, with it being this thin, that it would be easy to get filled. No. Yep, level 2 games here. Okay. -1. Oh, what? We had more than that. That one's weird. I should be +2. Because this one... How do I get it to, like, go up? I had 2 fills. And I got 1 at... I'm pretty sure that I got more than 2 on that one, but... Like talking about the spreads. It seems like the UB has gotten out of line many times. So when I look at the two that I watched the most, the knob and the FYT, they didn't actually move all that much through all this. Well, okay, I take that back. I mean, they moved. It's just like... They moved like... That's something that's not gonna last, sort of a thing. So on that last one, I think that the '08, I mean, it would have been pretty much impossible to have gotten filled at '08 half until they moved through it. So I think that taking the '08 and having a free look was good. I should have taken the +1 earlier for sure. Let's give KK his permissions. There you go, buddy. Bum, 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 ba-dum. Is it the highest volume? Well, I guess you're right, it is. think it wasn't. I don't think it was the highest. Yeah. I don't think it was the highest before we started trading, was it? Hopefully, so it might be 40 minutes before I take a trade. Hopefully, I don't fall asleep in that time. I'm feeling a little sleepy. I did more shoveling yesterday, and my hand is just so sore. I'm holding that shovel. So I apologize for all the popping noises. Okay. Bit of back and forth there at 10 again. I kind of see it gearing up for like The E-mini, because I feel the urge to want to take a trade. Like I'm seeing that and I'm like, okay, so we could watch and see how this develops and maybe we could take a trade, but then I'm realizing, oh, they're just reacting to the E-mini. I was laughing at the people that make Fallout games have had a Twitch stream that just says please stand by, and it's now been up for 10 hours. People are starting to get mad about it, giving them blue balls. What was the revision again to the GDP? Well, we've been in this range now. This is the third time we've tested up. It reminds me of yesterday where we did this in the range several times, done it. ZF is actually seeing quite a bit of iceberg over there. Okay. Maybe they take out that 12 now? The E-mini is starting out its run lower, it appears. They're really making it look like it wants to go higher. Okay, KK. So KK, how did you find my channel? And thank you for the compliment. He was just saying that it was a honest and down to earth trader channel. Well, I have to be because you guys can see everything that I'm doing. And if I do poorly, and sometimes I do very, very poorly, and I'm still learning, you know, and if I was going around saying that I was the greatest trader ever or something, then I would look pretty stupid, wouldn't I? So, I would love nothing more than to sit here and be an egomaniac. Yeah, Tucker saying that this is a range play and that the 115 was super rejected. I saw that at 110 when they pushed through the 1016. That's kind of like, to me, that's like a potential level break play that broke down. And when you see the level break in rangy action like this, it's going to turn around. But I'm still of the opinion right now that the E-mini is opening and it's gonna flip all over the place here. So I didn't take anything. I wasn't really paying too much attention to it, to be honest. If you took it, though, good for you. I hope you did. Oh, there we go. So now they're right back up there. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. That E-mini, the E-mini started testing the lower end of the range again, and the Treasuries came right back up to that 110, 115 to be like, okay, if you're going to go down, we're going to go up. Yep, it's running with the ES. I love that shiny head. It was getting pretty shiny today, and I I try to keep the scalp healthy so that you don't get the shininess, but over the years it's just nothing you can do about it, I guess. Man. Well, that 115 has been rejected twice now. And the E-mini is actually making a buying push against cumulative delta, by the way. So look at that. Okay, so they sold through that. There's 1,000 there. And then it comes right back up. So somebody is passively buying the E-mini for sure. Let's just make note. Where did we see that at? Right here? Just make note of that. That might have been a good buy signal in the E-mini. Hmm. I've definitely seen it before. It'd be 15 minutes. Yeah. Okay, here they are. Like, they're testing that 115 many times now. Like, this is where I have to be careful, because I really feel like that if they come back to the bottom of this range, that they're gonna bust out. But literally every time I've ever tried that, I almost never make money off of it. Buyers in the E-mini are putting up a valiant fight, though, aren't they? They were selling all through here. They held in, tried to push, couldn't do it. There was a little bit of a run down here, and they're still biting it. Yep. Here comes the rocket. Well, they just bust through 120. I'm not seeing 125 pull. Okay. Okay. We need to see this pull now. A little bit. They're looking nervous. There you go. Yep. I'm really happy that I watched. It was one of those videos that Tucker sent me, and it was John Grady talking about trading the iceberg, and he was saying, you know, that, and as she goes, you know, they'll trade up, but then you need to start seeing them hitting the next price and them starting to go through it. And then that pressure should just continue to come through here. These people pull, these people stack, these people pull, these people stack. And you can see they're iceberging at 13, so that's good. And that's helped me a lot, because many of these times I would see the iceberg and try and, you know, I would just take the exact opposite trade because I didn't realize that it was really what happened afterwards that mattered. Okay, well, this might... Okay, we're going to watch here and see if... See, they're nervous. ZF has gone pretty far, though. I don't know if they're going to be able to just rocket ship out of here. Okay. He's thinking about going short. I don't think there it is. Okay. So they pull, and I didn't actually see any orders come through in there. Yeah, this 5 years, what's messing with them? Something fishy's going on. That's for sure. Okay, now they traded it. The heck? I've never seen the level 2 do that. That was freaky weird. Did you guys notice that too? It was like very many rapid changes on the inside level 2, like not so crazy for an extended period. Could it just be because this ZF is so low and they're kind of using that as an edge? Let's just take +1. Whoa! Okay, that was the wrong trade. Shit. I'm actually... That was weird. So they ticked back, and then immediately they come up with 2,000. As soon as I got filled, it was 2,000. And the offers firmed up and took it down, though. Well, that was just pure dumb luck right there. Because I got out, and then what I saw after I got out made me want to get back in, and I took it off because I knew I wasn't going to get... If I got filled, it would be bad. And then tons of volume just came in short there. For no apparent reason, too. Look at him. Now all of a sudden, the cannons are firing. I honestly can't tell which way it's going to go. There was a lot of selling in that, though. Where's this circle turn? Those dogs. So my dogs, were doing our sprinkler system. So we brought in like, a ditch witch, and we dug all the trenches with that, and then we've been digging all these side trenches by hand. So my yard is just completely destroyed. Okay. And and there's no grass, right? And my dogs don't know what to do. So like the stupid things think that like they're not allowed to pee in the backyard now because we've dug it up. And especially the girl like won't go to the bathroom. I think yesterday she gave up and went to the bathroom on the cement. Yeah, that last trade I'm still like, what just happened? Well, they're still hitting the 13.5. Remember when we were here, there was lots of level 2 shenanigans. Lots of level 2 shenanigans trying to get orders come through. There's a big bid, didn't go. Bunch of people. I want to say it was a stop run. Lots of selling through it. We come back up. We just ticked a new high. Fishy, fishy, fishy. So was that just somebody trying to fake people out? And I also find it interesting that we had all this volume in through here. Like a lot of people wanted to trade that particular move. And given that we got like the Bank of Canada decision here in 3 minutes, doesn't seem like the best place to get in. Let's turn the squawk on again. What were they expecting? I think it's just no rate, right? Yep, no changes to the expectation. Well, now you've got a lot of trapped people down there, don't you? I don't want to trade this 2 minutes going into it though. I don't even know if this particular event is going to be like that big of a deal, but um, I'm gonna wait. I remember one time I didn't know that the Bank of Canada decision was coming in, and I was in a trade and I got screwed over. I don't remember when that was, but it really took me by surprise one time. So. And I'm still glad that I got out where I did because we were at 14. I think where was I long at? 13? No, I was long at 125. I was long at 125. Actually would have gone 2 against me. I think with all that volume coming through, though, I might have puked. Okay, here we go. Probably gonna be another nothing burger, but I kind of have my button on the buy. Unchanged, okay. Okay. Okay, I would have preferred that to hold. There we go. A little better. Now let's get some pulling, please. Nope. We back and forth here too many times. There we go. Yes, pull. Yes. And then they just added 2,000 onto it. We should see more orders come through. There we go. Okay. And it follows it, yes. Okay. So a little bit of a slowdown here at 16. When Tucker said definitely not buying it up here, what price was it at? Okay. Snap. Oh, it was at 145. Okay, so maybe not a bad read. That maybe it's going too fast. Okay, some pulling here still, so I'm okay with that. I want to get out where that iceberg was. I don't know if getting filled here is like a pipe dream now, but I mean the way that that pulled, only 4 orders have actually hit it. Now, if there's an iceberg there, then I'm definitely gonna. Okay. Gotta be kidding me, right? Yeah. So I was wondering what price Tucker was saying that, not because I was being like, well, it kind of went up. Was he wrong? But kind of more like it seemed like he wanted to buy it for a long time, and I would have thought that he would have bought it a lot lower and maybe even be getting out here. But I guess there was all sorts of silly business around there, so I wouldn't blame anybody for not taking a trade there. And that was break even, unfortunately. Kind of like in 140 for a buy, huh? Well, 140 13 half. I think you might be able to get 13 half if you wanted to buy it. I'm not okay. Jeez, where's that freaking coming from? And that on one hand, that move up makes me want to be like, oh, let's buy it. Like it's definitely going to go up if they have runs like that. But then another part of me is saying, um, maybe you don't have enough of an edge to be wanting to be staying in action that is moving like that. Especially when it did just come completely back. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of wait. Oh yeah. Since you're new, I'd be interested to know if you're trading Simmer Life, Gracie. Not that we're gonna like berate you if it's Sim or anything like that, but we're all about trying to be open. And if we know that you're on Sim, then we kind of know where you're at, and Tucker can maybe give you better advice. Okay, so I'm glad I didn't buy that. Oh, 2 years. That's really good. I'd say 2 years is pretty seasoned, relatively speaking, from what I see with most people. Most people don't make it that far. Well, we've been back and forth all over in here. There we go. It's like this chart doesn't look quite right. Okay, well, 120 was kind of where we saw stuff happen earlier, right? That was kind of where we got scared out and then it moved up. Good morning. By the way, for you guys in Twitch and YouTube, if you make a comment and I don't immediately respond to it, I'm sorry. But usually we watch the Discord is what I've been trying to do lately. But if you put a question in there, I always go at the end and look. So I'll always be sure to try and answer your questions at the end. Between 8:30 and 8:45 is when I do that. My time, so 10 o'clock Eastern time. Okay, so some indications that they are trying to hold it here. Good job, Gracie. That was a great trade. I think everybody in the channel is kind of looking at that one because, of course, we knew that maybe there was a possibility of something happening, but that wasn't normally a spot that we would necessarily see people trade something. So we're kind of like, he seems to see something that we don't normally catch. Okay, this is a really big iceberg now at 12.5. It really slowed down, didn't it? Mm. Okay, well, I don't see initiation at 12. I kind of see like some spreading activity. It seems to me like that the cumulative deltas in the three instruments are not following along with each other very well at all, and yet it's just, I don't know. Their cumulative deltas aren't moving, the spreads aren't moving. Something's going on underneath, but I can't see what it is. Oops. Making sure that my ZF chart was correct. Interval, which it is. Yeah, decision point. Getting sleepy, it's so slow. Okay, they are making a new Fallout game and they have a trailer up. Not that I play Fallout, but something to keep us awake. Okay, they ticked up. And 13.5 looks weak too. Is that enough to justify getting in here? I don't know. The thing that concerns me is that this cumulative delta is like at the low of the day, of not that significant of a move down. So I think I'm still in a state of like I'm not sure what's going on, so I think I should probably play it safe. I got plus, oh, I'm still +2, right? I'm pretty sure that one was a +1, but I don't remember what happened there. Thought that was a +3, but I guess not. That one I definitely should have gotten +1. That one I could have gotten the +2. All of these I could have pulled an extra tick out of it if I had gotten out just a tad earlier. Okay, well if I had tried to get in at 13 I wouldn't have gotten filled. They might try and take this step here between 13.5 and 15. Okay. Notice pretty big change, and it didn't actually, Okay, so I read that correctly. What I was seeing was there was a pull and they didn't actually see the volume go through and they were still holding it, so I kind of figured that I could get hit and it wouldn't go through me. The target is the 15 here. Oh, actually, I probably could hold it to 15.5. I don't want to be taking a trade that requires a new high. Okay, so they've hit this 13.5 and they've got a lot of sellers, but we need to start seeing some buys up into this now too. And with the way the level 2 is in CF right now, this bid's gonna have to get a lot stronger for us to be doing anything like that. Let's move the E-mini down so we can see the UB again. Okay. A little bit of a change. Some more hits here. Okay. Got out because I didn't like that ZF was falling down here, and even now the bid is kind of weak. I think that was our 4th trade, wasn't it? Oh no, that was our 5th. Hmm. Yep. Oh, like you tick down and then the next price pulls. I don't want to be long in a situation like that, right? So I think that stretching that again at 13.5, was it? Yeah, 13.5 was the right choice. Um, I'm starting to feel a little frustrated though. I feel like we've done a lot of work for not a whole lot of payoff. Another down tick and pulling at 12.5. Yeah, I agree. Might be time to buy him again, is what Tucker is saying. I don't know. I'm just seeing these big icebergs in the 5 year. There was a pretty big iceberg there before, and I think that they came up and then are back to it and still can't pierce it. They're backing off of it. And some pulling at 13.5. Okay. Okay. So I want to see this 14 pull. The way it got filled, it was average okay. So they sold through it. They didn't really offer a whole lot. They bought it back up. They've bid a decent amount. This is still not pulling yet, but they have hit it. Okay, now it pulled. Nope. Okay. A little better. Okay. That time not holding as strong of a bid. I mean, they came down. They didn't see much initiation when they actually fell out, and that's kind of when it came back into this range. I said, okay, I think we can possibly buy it, but I don't know how effective of an edge this actually is. But the way that this has been holding at 13.5, I think is pretty good. Obviously, I'd like to see a lot more volume hit into 14. So we're only seeing like 5 to 50 come in at a time, and we really need to start seeing hundreds come in. You know, especially when it's pulling like that. Okay, that's better. And then they clear it and they're not able to hold a bid. Come on. Ooh. Well, that would be hawkish. But I don't know if Goldman saying something like that really matters. Okay. They ticked up, they got a bid. People have hit it. And the 5-year has not gone through. Okay. These icebergs in the 5-year are starting to get frustrating. Yay, 3 ticks on the day. Since this right here. I'm not buying into that yet. Notice that we're going back and forth at 14 many times now. Maybe you could even get fill at 13.5 at this point. Yeah. Yup. Okay, well, I think we're getting close to the time that I got to stop, and it's being so slow. I don't think I should take any more. But I don't know. What do you guys think? These are interesting results, aren't they? So, I mean, this is very different from the days that I usually have. And I just took a lot of one tickers, and I'm gonna say that in almost every case when I took them, that I got out at the right spot, or probably should have gotten out a little bit earlier. So if we're trying to pick our spots a little better, okay, the trade you were talking about yesterday, which one is that? Buy it right here and walk away. Oh, that's a good, yeah, that's an interesting thought. Let's just say, for the sake of shits and giggles, that I went short at 15, and we'll hold it for a day and see where we're at. Yeah. Oh, he's saying just put it in. Well, I could put it in. I mean, I have multiple accounts too. That's the other great thing, is that we can like segregate it. So I can say like experimentation. I'm really going to experiment and take a long one, though. I kind of should probably take a knob trade. Let's do it this way. It shouldn't be like that. It should be like that. Do that right? Yes. Okay. And I think I would prefer to do it in the knob. I mean, I definitely see the spread coming off, and we're right at a pretty good revert point. But we're also saying we could take it. So I think that in line with the knob short is okay. Okay, we'll try it, Tucker. I'm just gonna leave it like that on the experimentation count. Got to post the Patreon, so let's do that. Says I'm not logged in. Kind of some strange background noise I'm hearing. You probably can't hear it. I'm wondering what it is. Okay, one. Oh, we didn't get a new number today. Okay. 119.29. 119.29 is where I'm going to buy it. So I'm just going to put the order in right there. Okay. That's the move I'm looking for. That's just freaking hilarious, isn't it, guys? But it's so typical. And I think there's a reason why he does this, because I think that all of the scalpers kind of keep it range bound is what I think happens. Anyways, it's just so funny that it's about the time that I tend to give up is when they tend to make a move. Literally sometime between 8:30 and 9:30, there's usually a good move, and it's usually the one that I'm able to predict better. I mean, if I had continued watching it there, maybe there's a good chance that I would have sold it and taken it, but I was not looking for a big move there. In fact, if I was scalping it, I probably would have taken the +4, like right there on the profile, and seeing it come down. Like I'm honestly really shocked that this is already 8 ticks in the money. So, but I put my order way down here, and the reason I did is because I'm looking for, if I can find it here, I'm looking for this pivot right here. So essentially 29. So that's why I put the take profit where I did. I could also put it right there, but because that's kind of where single prints start. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I did do pretty good with the swing trading when I was messing around with it before, so I think that one should be a pretty good setup. But yeah, so it's 8:52, so I gotta get going. But this has been fun, and again, I think we did better today. So you know. Oh, let's close this. A lot of trades where I wouldn't have gotten any money out of it. I think, oh geez. Well, then you get that stop run short. It may go up and touch my stop. So this is an experiment, and I'm not going to touch it now that we made the decision in the trade. Obviously, though, sitting here at the VWAP, if I was scalping, that would be a pretty good place to just take it off right now, wouldn't it? But the experiment is that it's a swing trade, so. And I didn't, I wasn't trading, scalping any at that point, so you can't consider that as like, that was just dumb luck, I think. Should I move the... Okay, so 2 questions, and then I gotta go because I got like 2 minutes. So KK, I made a video about the 1-up thing because I've actually done that a couple of times, or explain all of that. But the long and short of it is that the amount of time that it would take me, the way that I've been trading, to pass the combine, it wouldn't be worth it. I should just take that money and because it would take me like 4 months. So that's why I stopped doing the combine. Like I don't have anything like against the combine, but I think that in most cases, if you're like a beginner, that you're probably better off trading in sim and saving up for a live account. And it seems like the top step is really something more for somebody that's been a really successful trader and they're just looking to increase their bankroll. This is what it seems like to me. And then the other one was not going to break even on stop. So we could do that, but I think I want to, when I would swing trade it, I didn't necessarily do it that way. So I don't know, but I feel like where I have the stop is, 8 tick stop is okay. Just if you look at here, really where I'm wrong is the 23.5, but that wouldn't be inappropriate. So 19, that's an okay one as well. So I'm okay with where the stop is, and we could still have some news or some other crazy stuff happen to push it back up, and I don't want to like come back to the break even and take it and then see it go down. So I think that it's better to say, 8 ticks and then give us 16 to 32 ticks on the other side, so as a swing for an overnight thing. And then at the end of the session, well, can I actually change that? Like, how do I I forget how you modify them. Yes. Oh, okay. I was going to say if I can make it so that it just automatically takes the the profit at the end of the session. I know I can do that in NinjaTrader, but I don't think I can do that in Jigsaw, so I'm just gonna not mess with it. If it's still open tomorrow, we'll just say it was here at the end of the session. We'll take it there at the end of the session. But this makes it easy for us to track it and say that we would again filled and we took it all appropriately and all that. Be interesting. Okay, so that's it. So I'll be back in like 30 minutes to chat if you want. For those of you guys that are new, because I usually idle in Discord all day long. And then of course I'll see you guys tomorrow.